Don't forget to hit that subscribe button for more videos on lesson content.
Got no place to be, got no place to go. Come hang out with me on the Mr. Flanders Show.
Good morning, ladies and gents. Mr. Flanders here, and we are going to get started on our first math lesson. We are going to work on the guided class practice 112, and the first thing you're going to notice is the name line asks for you to draw an 8-centimeter line segment. Here's the thing, guys. I know a lot of you probably don't have rulers at home, and if you don't, that's fine. Do not worry about measuring the name line. Don't worry about measuring the date line. If you do have a ruler, that's great. Go ahead and get that knocked out, but otherwise there is no need to really worry about that right now. Some of the problems we're going to be working through over the next couple of lessons will incorporate measurement, but I'll go ahead and take care of the measurements on this end. But for now, don't worry about the name line. Don't worry about the date line. Okay? That being said, let's go ahead and move on to question 1. Question 1. The children in Mrs. Conti's class planted 18 tomato plants and 16 pepper plants. The children in Mrs. Mancano's class planted 14 tomato plants and 15 squash plants. How many tomato plants did they plant altogether? The first thing I want to point out here before we really get into this math problem is the word altogether. If you guys remember from class, the word altogether means add, so we know this is going to be an addition problem. Now let's go ahead and look at that, what the question is asking us. How many tomato plants did they plant together? So we're going to go back through and look for the tomato plants, and we're going to write them down on our workspace here and add them together. Let's see. So we know that Miss Conti's class planted 18 tomato plants, so we're going to write that down. 18. The children in Mrs. Mancano's class planted 14 tomato plants. Okay, we're going to write down the number 14. Alright, do we have any other tomato plants we need to worry about? Doesn't look like it. Okay, so we are going to start with our math. 8 plus 4 is what, everybody? 12, that's correct. So you're going to write the 2 from the 12, and then we're going to carry that extra 1, or that 10. We're going to regroup it right up here. Boom. And now we've suddenly got 1 plus 1 plus 1, which we all know 1 plus 1 is 2. And then 2 plus 1, that's 3. So, how many tomato plants did they plant altogether? They planted 32. Before we can write that down as our answer, though, we need to write our number sentence. And our number sentence is going to take all of this information right here and just write it right here. So, our number sentence is 18 plus 14 equals 32. And then our answer is 32 plants. Alright, go ahead and take a second, get that written down. And as you're working on that, we're going to go ahead and start setting up the next question. Alright, for number 2, it asks, how much money is this? We're going to write the amount in 2 ways. So let's go ahead and look at our 4 coins that we have right here. We have a quarter, which we know is worth 25 cents, a dime, which is worth 10 cents, a nickel that is worth 5 cents, and then another nickel, which is worth 5 cents. If you would like, you can go ahead and write the amount over each coin. So that way you can just see the numbers. Stay right there. Thank you, thank you. 5, and then 5. Okay, so we don't have a little workspace here to do our adding, so what we're going to do is we're going to go to our workspace up here. And we're going to add our 25, our 10, our 5, and our 5. Okay? So, let's go ahead and start on our right side here. We always start on the right side with our addition. We've got 5 plus 0. Well, 5 plus 0 is going to be 5, because you can't add 0 into anything. So then we've just got 5 plus 5 plus 5. Okay? So we can look at it a couple of different ways. The easiest way is just adding them together, in succession. That means in a row. So 5 plus 5, that's 10, and then 10 here plus 5 is going to be 15. So we're going to write the 5 from the 15 there. We're going to regroup the 10, put it right up there. Now we've got a math problem that says 1 plus 2 plus 1. Well, what is 1 plus 2? That's 3. And then 3 plus 1, that is 4. So now we know that our coins down here make up 45 cents. And we're going to write that two different ways right here. If you'll notice, I wrote one way using cents, and we're going to use our other way using dollars. So we're going to write 45 cents. And we don't actually have any dollars over here on this side. So we're going to write 0 for our dollar amount. Okay. And then we're going to put our decimal point to separate our dollars from our cents. And then we're going to write 45. Go ahead and take a moment, get that finished up. And just like we do in class, we're going to move this worksheet on up. All right. And there we go. Okay. Number 3. Now this is where the ruler could come handy if you have one. If you don't, again, don't worry about it. I've already got the measurements on this side. It says, measure the sides of the rectangle in problem 2 using centimeters. So this is our rectangle right here. The question is asking us to measure it. I already did that. Our numbers are 3 on this side, 3 on this side, 10 on this side, and 10 on this side. And I know it's been a little bit since we worked with perimeter, so I'm going to remind you that if we're doing the perimeter of a shape, that means we're adding all of the sides of the shape together. So our number sentence is going to look like this. 3 plus 3 plus 10 plus 10 equals, well, we don't know yet. We could write this problem a couple of different ways. Since we've got some space over here on this side, what I'd like everybody to do is do 10, 10, 3, and 3, okay? So, oh, and I forgot my plus sign. 0 plus 0 is 0. So all we need to worry about is 3 plus 3. Well, 3 plus 3 is 6. And do we have any number that we need to regroup or carry? Nope. So we're just going to go ahead and look at 1 plus 1. 1 plus 1 is what, everybody? 2. That's correct. Alright, so 2. So our perimeter is 26 centimeters. So we're going to write 26 here. And then for our perimeter itself, 26 cm. cm stands for centimeters. Alright, go ahead and take a second to finish that up before we move on to number 4. Excuse me guys, I'm a little stuffy this morning. All right, number 4. It says write a mixed number to show how many squares are shaded. So if you guys got a chance to look at the other video that I posted on mixed numbers, that's great. If not, we're going to walk through it a little bit right now. Excuse me. So a mixed number is when we write a whole number next to a fraction. So if you'll notice here, we've got 1, 2, 3 squares that are shaded completely. There is no splitting it in half, no splitting it into 3s or 4s. They are just colored in completely. So each square represents one whole number. Okay? But if you look at our square here at the end, you'll notice it is broken into 1, 2, 3, 4 spots, 4 spaces, and it only has one spot shaded in. So that does not make this square a whole number. First, let's go ahead and set up our fraction. So we notice that there's 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, so we're going to write 4 down here. We always make that bottom number the total number of spaces. And then our top number is going to be the spaces that are shaded in. How many spaces are shaded in? That's right, just the 1. So now we need to put all of these together. We've got 1, 2, 3 whole numbers. So if we add a 1 and a 1 and a 1, that's just 3. So we're going to write 3 here with 1/4 next to it. That is our mixed number. Pretty easy stuff, right, guys? Alright, as you're finishing up there, I'm going to go ahead and move our worksheet up a little bit more. Oh no, we're going off the screen. No, stop it. Stop it. Stop it. There we go. Okay. And we are going to leave it right about there. We're going to try to move this up just a little bit more. Sorry guys, I've got our worksheet stacked up on a pile of books to make sure that we can see the problem as big as we would on the board. Alright, so number 5. This is probably one of the easiest questions we'll see on here, just because if you notice already, we're going to be looking at a graph here for animals, and the great thing is this graph is already split in half. Look at this giant line right down the middle. That's going to help us out a lot. So, question number 5 starts with, how many pets do the children in room 6 have altogether? Uh-oh, there's that word altogether again. What does altogether mean? Add, that's correct. So we are going to look at all of these numbers and we're going to add them together. Let's start on this side here. We've got 4 plus 2. And you know what I'm going to do right here? I'm going to write 4 plus 2. Well, 4 plus 2, that's easy. That's 6. And then on this side, you'll notice 5 plus 1. Okay? But I don't have a lot of room to write it over on this side, so I'm just going to write it down here at the bottom. 5 plus 1. That is also 6. Okay? And then we're just going to do 6 plus 6 in our heads. Okay, take a second, figure that out. 6 plus 6 is 12. So, all the kids in room 6 have 12 animals altogether. Now, next question asks, how many more dogs are there than birds? Well, let's look at dogs. How many dogs are there? 5 dogs. Now, let's look at birds. There are 2 birds. If we are looking at this to see how many more dogs there are, we are going to take 5 and subtract 2 from it to get the answer. And again, we could do that one in our heads. We could even hold up 5 fingers and take away 2. And your answer is going to be 3. There are 3 more dogs than there are birds. Then it asks, which 2 pets make up half of all the children's pets? So this is where this line is going to come into play. Okay? So we already kind of split our graph into 2. We did our 4 plus 2, which shows we had 6 animals on this side. And then we did 5 plus 1 on this side, and also learned that we have 6. So there's 6 on this side, 6 on this side. This circle is split into a perfect half. Okay, it's equal on both sides. So it's asking us which group of animals makes up that half number. Okay, so let's see. Dogs and cats. Well, if we had dogs and cats, you'll notice we've got 4 cats here, 5 dogs. 4 plus 5 is 9. Is that half? Is that the number we're looking for? No, we're not looking for 9. We are looking for 6. Let's see. Birds and dogs. Okay, well, let's take a look. Birds is 2. Dogs is 5. Okay, so 2 plus 5, that is 7. Is that the number we're looking for? Nope. Let's go ahead and look at our last group, cats and birds. Well, cats are 4, birds are 2. 4 plus 2 is what, everybody? 6. That is correct. That is the number we are looking for. That's the group we're looking for. So let's go ahead and circle cats and birds. Alright. Moving on to number 6, our last group of problems for this worksheet. We have a couple of takeaway problems. We have a couple of addition problems. I'm sorry, I take that back. We have 1 subtraction problem, a couple of addition problems, and a couple of multiplication problems. So let's go ahead and start with our subtraction problem. If you'll notice, we've got 82, take away 28. Well, if we're starting on the left side of our problem like we normally would, you'll notice we have 2, take away 8. Now, if we have 2, can we take 8 away from that? No, that's not really going to work for us. So what we have to do is we have to regroup from this 8. So we're going to cross that 8 out, turn it into a 7, and that 1 that we just stole from it, boom, we're going to put there. So now, it's 12 take away 8. We'll take a second, figure that out. Okay, 12 take away 8 is 4. And then 7 take away 2. What is that? 7 take away 2 is 5. Good work, my friends. So we now know that 82 take away 28 is 54. Now, let's go ahead and look at this addition problem here. It is 346 plus 372. So we're going to start on this right side here. Okay, we're going to start with 6 plus 2. Well, 6 plus 2, can you guys tell me what that answer is? 8. 6 plus 2 is 8. Now, what is 4 plus 7? That would be 11. But am I going to write 11 right here? No, I'm just going to write the 1 from the 11, and then I'm going to regroup that extra 1, 10 of the 11, and that goes there. So now we've got 1 plus 3 plus 3. Now let's start with the 3 plus 3 first. 3 plus 3 is 6. So then 6 plus 1 is 7. Boom. So 346 plus 372 is 718. Alright, moving on, we're going to start adding some money together, guys. So we've got $1.39 plus $5.68. Okay? We're going to start on our right side again. We're going to start with 9 plus 8. 9 plus 8 is 17. I'm going to write the 7 from 17. I'm going to regroup my 10 from 17. Okay, so now we've got 1 plus 3 plus 6. Let's start with the 3 plus 6. 3 plus 6 is 9. And then 9 plus that 1 that we carried, or regrouped, is... Okay, so 9 plus 1 is 10. We're going to write the 0 from 10. We're going to regroup that 1. And then, we'll put our decimal point there. Now we've got 1 plus 1 plus 5. Okay, well, let's start with the 1 plus 5. 1 plus 5 is 6. And then 6 plus that 1 is 7. So we're going to bring that money sign down. We know now that $1.39 plus $5.68 equals $7.07. And since we've already got a dollar sign here, we do not need to put the cent sign. Alright? Good work on that one, guys. Let's go ahead and look at our last two problems right here, our multiplication. 8 times 5. And then 3 times 5. If you watched the small video that I did talking about mixed numbers, you'll also know that I spoke about multiplication in there a little bit and talked about 5 times tables. Now 5 times tables are incredibly easy just because we are counting by 5s anytime we're doing a 5 multiplication problem. So with that being said, let's start with 8 times 5. The easiest thing for you guys to do for this one is your fingers. Alright, what I want everybody to do is put 4 fingers on one hand, okay? And then 4 fingers on the other hand, okay? And since I've only got a little bit of space, you guys are going to have to just imagine that I'm using my fingers to count in front of you. But what I want everybody to do is on your 4 fingers on your left hand and your 4 fingers on your right hand, use those to count by 5, because 4 on one hand and 4 on the other hand, that gives us our 8, and we've just got to count by 5s 8 times. So here we go. Okay. Oh, you know, actually I might be able to do this. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. So 8 times 5 is 40. Okay, that's a silly 0. Boom, there we go. Fixed it. Now, 3 times 5. This one is super easy. Okay. No. There we go. Okay, so I've got 3 fingers. And we're going to use our 3 fingers to count by 5. 5, 10, 15. 3 times 5 is 15. Okay. I'm going to move my hand. I don't know why it's still there. Alright, guys. That is our worksheet for right now. That's our guided class practice for lesson 112. A side, you guys know, is for here. That's what we just did. B side is for you guys to do on your own. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, please let your parents know or reach out to me, and I will do my best to help out from where I'm at. But for now, I want you guys to know the work that you just did on this is fantastic. I'm really proud of you, and I'll see you guys in the next lesson. Stay safe. Hey guys, Mr. Flares here, and we are in the next lesson for 112, and this is a worksheet that's going to deal with more mixed numbers. And if you remember that from our guided class practice and from the video that I posted, you'll know that it has to do with whole numbers and then fractions. So the best way for me to explain this is just to jump right into it. So you'll notice right here on number 1 it says color 2.5 squares. Okay, so I don't have a crayon with me. I've only got a handy dandy pen. If you've got a crayon, feel free to use that. If you've got a pencil, use that instead. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to color 1 square in. That's 1 square. And then I'm going to color 2 squares in. Okay, so that's 1 and 2. And now I just need to color my half. So this square here looks like a fantastic square to color in half. So I'm just going to split it right down the middle. And am I going to color both sides in? No, I'm only going to color one side in because I've split my shape in half, but it only wants me to color one of it, or one half of it, okay? So I'm going to color 1/2 in. That is 1, 2 and a half, so 2.5, okay? And just to make sure you guys aren't confused by that, I'm going to give you a second to finish up, and then we're going to move on to number 2 and do that one together as well before I let you do 3 and 4 on your own. Alright, let's go ahead and move the worksheet up a little bit. Okay, number 2. Instead of squares, we are dealing with circles. And it says color 3.5 circles. So that means we're going to need 3 completely colored in circles and then 1 circle that is colored in half. So we're going to start with our full circles. So here's 1, here's 2, and then here is 3, and then I'm going to do my half circle, okay, and then I'm just going to color in the 1/2. Boom. Pretty easy stuff, right guys? Alright, what I want you guys to do next is work on problem 3 and 4 on your own. Okay? Go ahead and take as much time as you need. If you need to, go ahead and pause the video because, you know, we're not in class. This isn't a timed assignment. We're not having to beat the clock or anything like that. So, you take the time that you need to fill out 3 and 4, and then I'm going to move on to 5, 6, 7, and 8. Okay? Move that up so you guys can see. Alright. Oh, nope. Move number 7 up a little bit more too. Oh, where'd you go? So right now, baby Jensen is sleeping in his room, so I can't use his room to do my lesson. Oh, I heard him on the baby monitor. Anyways, as I was saying, baby Jensen is asleep in his room, so I can't use that space to do my teaching like I normally would. So I'm at my kitchen table right now, but I've only got a little bit of space at my kitchen table. Sorry, guys. Alright, no, what are you doing? This camera's killing me right now. Okay, we're just going to move this up. There we go. Okay. Hopefully, during my fighting with getting this worksheet set up, you guys were able to finish 3 and 4. If you didn't, just pause the video and do that now. Otherwise, we're going to move on to 5, 6, 7, and 8, I'm going to show you how to do 5 and 6, and then I want you to do 7 and 8 on your own. You'll notice the directions here are slightly different than what we just did up top. It says write a mixed number to show how much is shaded. So instead of the number being given to us, we need to figure out what the mixed number is. So we're going to start with number 5. You'll notice there are 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 squares shaded. Okay, so we know our whole number is going to be 5. Our fraction, though, is going to be what? Do you guys have an idea? Let's take a look. So we know that this last square here is split into 1, 2, 3, 4. So we're going to write our 4 over here. And how many spots are shaded total there? Just the 1. So our mixed number is going to be 5 and 1/4. Okay? For number 6, we see that we are dealing with circles, and we've got 1, 2, 3 circles that are completely shaded in. That means those are whole numbers. So we're going to write 3. And then our fraction is going to be, let's see, we've got 1, 2 spots here that we're dealing with in this circle. So we're going to write 2. Only 1 spot shaded in, that's 1. So our fraction is 1/2. And our mixed number altogether is 3 and 1/2. Alright? Or should I say 3 and 1/2, not 3 and 1/2. But 3 and 1/2, guys. That is what the answer is for 6. What I want to see you guys do now is work on number 7 and number 8. I'm going to end the video now while you guys are working on that. So don't worry if the video goes off. I want to see what you guys can do with this. I'm very excited to see how you guys do. And I will check this out when you guys turn in your completed packets. For now, keep working hard, and I'll catch up with you guys later.